It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA.
I want to wish you the best of luck, my friend. Let the best man win.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Well, now how about this return? And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On play action, now Rodgers. Pass incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air, it made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground. You just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play. Nerves come into play. And despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
Rodgers now to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank.
Get 300. Get 300.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Hall on to give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brandon Graham in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the
By the way, I like the name tag. Go Dogs.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at about the 32.
No touch that. Tiger Hornet. Hey. No touch.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch. That won't be the last time we see that play, and it works there to pick up a 1st down.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third and 4.
Hey, 73. No touch that. No touch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Great.
Barkley inside handoff. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On the end around, here comes Smith. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
No touch that. No touch.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Great.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That is caught. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Barkley will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Set. Delta.
They go play action with Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hurts. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
26.
Here's Rodgers to throw. This is caught by Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jets are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw, it's Rodgers. Man open left side, it's Williams. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Touchdown! Tyler Conklin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll go to Barkley again, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Saquon Barkley running right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
Here's Hurts to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4. Rodgers changing the play, it appears. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Back north.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers.
And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
To Barkley on the check down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Escapes the defender. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Good game, my brother.
Go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point.
Oh, you gonna quit? Motherfuckers suck.